Good evening, race fans. Welcome here as we get set for race number 2 of the PCSRA Monster Energy Series, capping off what has been an interesting race weekend. And we're racing under the lights here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're going to take it through the grid here for today's race, or tonight's race. Bob Van Gessa on the pole, Kyle England alongside, Bridget Thomas, Daniel Vols in row 2. Here's the rest of your grid. You can check down the description to find out what race you are in. And Quentin Moore rounds out our field here tonight. All right, let's get these cars rolling. Last week we had Valentina Fernandez go to victory lane here in this series at Ricky. Who is going to win this race? We'll find out. This is the part-time race. Running a different Atlanta than what we've usually run in this race weekend. We're also running this race under the lights, as I mentioned. So nighttime conditions, when these drivers had practice in the daytime, could really make things a little bit interesting for these drivers. Our Truck Series race 2 days ago was filled with 5 yellows and a bunch of drivers called to the big red truck. Yesterday in our Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, had 3 or so cautions and not a lot of drama. We'll see what happens here tonight in these 4 divisions. Pace car is going to pull off, leaving the field in the hands of Bo Van Gesset and Kyle England. Van Gesset making his debut in this series. Kyle England making his first start of the year. Green flag is out. Let's roll here tonight at Atlanta. All division races will be 33 laps each, just to make this a little easier on my body. Comes Daniel Vols in the 26. He's going to probably take the lead and lead this first lap here this evening. Yep, 5 points for Daniel Vols. He led that first lap. All 27 drivers took the green. Of course, it's a lot weird racing at night versus the previous 2 races we had on this channel for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings that raced in the daytime conditions. So I asked the drivers in the before we got ready for tonight's race. I asked these drivers, you know, with the previous 2 races being in the daytime, how does this plan? How do you guys approach to a night race compared to a day race? Knowing that you've never raced under the lights here at Atlanta versus the 2 races we had, or the 2 points-paying races were in daytime. They said, we just got to get used to racing at night because we got to take some notes and try to go out there and just give it all we got. And that's something, you know, we have to do going into these races here tonight. Here's Ari Springer. Ari's had a rough weekend so far in trucks and in Buffalo Wild Wings Series. There's Nicholas Voiles in the 019. That's the 19. That's the 019. Main events, either the 19 or the 190 in the for Hattie Swore, who's making her debut in this series. Mandry Campbell's making her debut as well. Of course, I will fix the Rookie of the Years and all that. I will have the points out for you all at the beginning of next week's race at Vegas. As Daniel Voyle is currently the leader. There's Bo Van Gessa dropping back. Monica Towns making her debut. Of course, she didn't have a good race in the Buffalo Wild Wings series yesterday. Meanwhile, Dean DeVoe is currently the leader. Dean DeVoe has had a tough race for the Truck Series as an owner. Of course, he's not fielding a Buffalo Wild Wings Series team. Driving his red, white, and blue Yu-Gi-Oh! Mercedes. This is the same manufacturer DV had in winning Ricky last season, but that was a division race. It was not a season opener race. So I'm opening a soda pop that I got from concession. Of course, I'm the blue hedgehog calling these races because the clone in the 26 is driving, so, but you know who I am, so I'll just be the blue hedgehog up here in the booth, so, but you know what I mean. So anyway, Dean DeVoe has one career win in this series, and that came at Ricky, as I mentioned, driving the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mercedes, but the colors were a lot different. It was an all-pink 26. This is a red, white, and blue 26, so a much better color Mercedes. There's his teammate Kyle Langland in the 077. Kyle Langland raced in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday, had an okay run there. Of course, he's the teal hedgehog. Dean DeVoe is the blue hedgehog, the Hedgehog brothers. Kyle Langland, his first PCSRA race here in Atlanta. He has raced in the Pizza X series. Dean DeVoe has a lot of experience in the Hershey's Cup series here in Atlanta, all for the not so good reasons. And for those of you that don't know, yes, DV did win. Of course, like I said, you know, the paint scheme's a lot different. Not a pink and a dark magician girl. It's just a red, white, and blue. This scheme's a lot better than that pink 26, if you ask me. Of course, he has a different Mercedes nose than what he had in 2016. The Mercedes nose that he had was a Ford Fusion type nose that Seth Cole made. This one's got different headlights. The headlights are different on the rear of these cars. You'll see that on all Mercedes. The grille is a lot different. It's not right below the splitter. It is like right above the splitter. And Dean DeVoe is trying to get Mercedes to victory lane for the first time this season. And of course, Dean DeVoe is not running for the championship this season. He is a part-time driver. DV is a ASCC driver. Here comes Bridget Thomas. Bridget's making her Monster Energy Series debut. And she will clear the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mercedes. And Maria passing Dean DeVoe. Here comes Matthew Ingelrim in the Pepsi Camaro, following his teammate Anne Maria. Heather Galloway. Honda has been to victory lane here at Atlanta before in 2016 with Noah Tutu. Sydney Vortex, Alex Miller, Jackie Tang, and Nathan Orman battling for 9th. Tang got 9th, Orman back to 10th. Bowman Gessett, Seth Cole, and Kyle Langland battling each other. And Bridget Thomas currently the leader. Just past the halfway point in this race. And it's strange that we're racing at night, because the previous 2 races, we've been racing in the daytime. So, you know, a different change. But like I said, Atlanta has lights. Don't get me wrong. We just wanted to run the 2 races in the daytime because it was hot and slick. Here we are, cooler temperatures. Cars have a lot more grip than what we had in the 2 races combined. I had to take a drink of my drink. It is a Pepsi Mango I'm drinking that I got from concession. There's Ann Maria. 2016, Ann Maria got Chevy Camaro their first win. She did go to victory lane last season. This is her first race back after serving a 10-race suspension for stupid driving in one of the races. Carl Walters drove that car the rest of the remainder of last season. Didn't do too well. Excuse me. That sneeze came out of nowhere. There's Bridget Thomas. Heather Galloway just passed Daniel Voles for the 3rd position. Honda, Mercedes, Buick have been to victory lane before in this series. Honda went to victory lane the same year Mercedes did. Buick Regal went to victory lane last season. Yeah, last season with Timmy Turner. I believe Sydney Vortex was the only Buick Regal that didn't go to victory lane last season. As Daniel Voles is going to go underneath Ann Maria for the 3rd position. Bridget Thomas still our leader. We talked about Annie Thomas, who had some great success. Bridget Thomas has had not a good weekend so far. Had a dismal run in trucks and in Buffalo Wild Wings series, but here she is in her Monster Energy Series debut, really impressing. And of course, Tyler Thomas is expected to go full-time in the Buffalo Wild Wings series for next season. I don't know what team he's going to be driving for. Possibly for Cody Smart. We will have to wait and see on that. Daniel Voles up to second, 10 laps to go, by the way. Alex Miller, first full season for the Subaru WRX in this series. Subaru debuted at, they debuted last season, or 2016 at Homestead. Almost won the championship, but didn't win the title, so there you go. Bridget Thomas currently the leader. Voiles under contest by Sydney Vortex. These drivers giving each other enough room. I mean, they're not leaning on each other. They're just racing really good. And that's something we didn't see the previous 2 races, our Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings series. But like I said, this was in the daytime conditions. This is at night, folks. Vortex currently leading, but Bridget Thomas currently the leader. Quentin Moore's back here. Quentin Moore's not had a good night tonight. Neither is Cody Smart or Diego Marquez. Ryan Gomez not having a good run. Mandy Campbell, not a good run from her. William Brock in the 7, battling Ricky Cervantes. Not a good run for any of these drivers back here. As Bridget Thomas currently the leader. And she's still leading over the battle for second between Sydney Vortex and Daniel Voiles. Alex Miller trying to get in the fight here. They just can't even get to the back bumper of the Heineken Dodge. We'll see if DV has enough to catch the Heineken Dodge. At number 63, of course, this 63 before Bridget Thomas took over the wheel used to be driven by Yuki Yamamoto, but she is currently still suspended indefinitely right now. And we'll see if PCSRA will be reinstating them or not. We'll just have to wait and see. We just hit 4 to go at the stripe. 3 laps to go next time by. Daniel Voles does not want to have a repeat of 2016 where he came close to getting Mercedes his first career win until they went to Ricky. Trying to reel in that 63. It's now 0.3 of a second. Coming to 3 laps of racing to go. Voiles running out of time. Subaru has never been to victory lane. Can Alex Miller make that happen? As we got 3 laps of racing to go here at Atlanta. Ooh, Voiles drove in really good through 1 and 2. Looked like the 63 started getting a little bit tight as we're going to come to 2 laps to go. Alex Miller just trying to draft the 26 car. And he's going to try to go for second. That might have just killed the chances of DV and Miller getting a chance at Bridget. And now Alex Miller will take the second spot. Here comes Kyle Langland right behind his teammate and Hedgehog brother Daniel Voiles as we're coming to the white flag. And Daniel Voiles is going to be out of contention. White flag for Bridget Thomas. 1 more lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Can Alex Miller try something to get underneath that 63? Down the back straightaway for the final time. I don't think Miller's close. Can you say shocking upset? Bridget Thomas in her debut in the Monster Energy Series won't go to victory lane in the part-time race at Atlanta. Bet nobody saw that one coming. First career win for Bridget Thomas, and did that put her into the playoffs, providing she gets in the top 60 in the points. That's incredible. I bet nobody saw that one coming. My, oh my. And she was the highest rookie. Good job to her. Alex Miller came up 1 spot short for Subaru to go to victory lane. But they still got more chances. I will give them credit. Daniel Voiles 3rd. Kyle Langland 4th. Heather Galloway 5th. Then there's Anne Maria Monica Towns. Great recovery after a disappointing weekend she had so far entering tonight. Matthew Ingram, Sydney Vortex, easy for me to say, 9th, and Chelsea Richards in 10th. There's a look at the rest of the results. Not the result Quentin Moore was hoping for in his first start. A couple of drivers had some pretty dismal runs in this race. So that is it for that part-time race. We're going to get ready for the Division 1 race right now. We're going to bump it up to 49 laps, make this a little interesting.
Drivers, to your cars.
Damn it, that was not what I wanted. Yeah, rear chase was fine. All right, Jared Underhill on the pole, June Einstein. We're going to show you the rest of the grid over here to the left. All right, let's get these cars going. This time we have a full 42 car field. You can check down the description to see what the time, because I'm going to put the timestamps down in the description. And go from there. So the part-time race was calm and clean. We'll see what happens in this one. I'm sure everybody rolls off. I think some cars were just slow, just a little sluggish getting off the grid. If these cars glitch from time to time, do apologize for that. Give you the point standings real quickly before these cars go to, or while these cars getting ready to go to green. Valentina Fernandez, the points leader, by 20 points over Betty Barrett and Courtney Lynn. Lauren Ekstrom 4th, Violet Jackson 5th, Rebecca Hawkins 6th, Josephine Bouvier 7th, Timmy Turner, Luke Cage, and Ebonia Mirwez. That is your top 10 entering tonight's race. Here we go, Division 1 about to go under green. It was caution free. Let's see how this one's going to play out in the Division 1 race. Let's go racing, drivers. Somebody did not get a good start, and that was the 09. Kind of spun the tires or something like that. That's a struggling way. Jared Underhill's going to lead the first lap. Of course, the part-time race went caution-free, as we kind of expected. That's Tony Lopez here in the second, Sandy Watson third, Makoto Tanaka in fourth. June Einstein rounds out top 5. Battle between Kelsey Hobbs, Timothy Renville, that's for the 6th position. As Lopez is going for the lead on Jared. Nick Batson back here, making his return to the series, driving the Lakoya. Not the run he would have liked. It's like the frame issues have settled down. That's a good thing for me. Apologize if my roommate was not wearing any clothes. I don't think we need that on camera. Excuse me. Looking forward to next week when we go to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for all 3 series. So far, this new Atlanta has been really good and racy. These drivers not slip sliding around. They've been giving each other enough room, and unlike our 2 previous races are from Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings series, these drivers are just being clean and green. That was like that when we had the clash last week at Ricky. If you weren't with us for Speed Weeks. And June Einstein has taken the race lead. It's been a long time since June Einstein's been to victory lane. Trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. Also trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season for Mitsubishi Lancer. They have 2 career wins in this series, all with all with Travis Crampton, who's no longer in the series. Of course, Travis was banned for all the drama he caused in 2016. There's Katsuro Mirmuez. Jared's in 6th. 7th is Courtney Lynn. 8th is Timothy Grenville. 9th was Sandy Stewart. Completing the top 10 was Morgan Henderson, who's under contest by Paulette Burrows. June Einstein currently the leader. This car number last season, driven by Maria Nowicki, made it into the playoffs, but was eliminated early in the playoffs. Excuse me. Checking the back of the field here. Allison Washington making her first start. Driving the 13th. Hattie Swarm making her monster debut. Not the run she would have liked here tonight. Annie Einstein going back to her usual bad luck of running poorly, to nobody's surprise, including myself up here in the booth. All of the part-time drivers have already cleared through tech. They are now in the dressing room, hitting the showers right now as we speak. After a fairly clean race, I was not expecting this race to be clean. As far as these divisions are concerned, I will be surprised if we do go clean and green, unlike our 2 races for Buffalo Wild Wings and trucks. There's Noah Tutu. Sponsored by Liberty University. Of course, he drove an SS. He's driving a Chevy Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports. Lisa Gonzalez, former playoff driver. Of course, this is the same car she ran in the Oreo Cup Series last season. Of course, that series will now be on the Monster Energy 19 and be coming out later this season. There's Amanda Wallace battling Riley Anderson. Wallace has been okay this weekend. Wasn't good in trucks or in Buffalo Wild Wings. Back up front, June Einstein still leads. Last win for June Einstein came in 2015 at the road course of Circuit of the Americas, which is on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series schedule. Which was our second race at COTA. Jacob Tutu having a not so good run here tonight. All 42 cars did take the green, so that's good news. Back up front with June Einstein getting ready to get passed by Jared Underhill. Here comes Jared. Trying to go for the race lead on the Dunkin' Donuts Mitsubishi Lancer. June Einstein, the cousin to Quincy Einstein, also I believe she's also the girlfriend to Leo Einstein. You'll see Leo in the next race. Also see Quincy Einstein also in the next race as well, driving his number 70. Which I may have to check the roster to do a little update. That way everybody has raced. Where's Annie Einstein, not the run she would have liked, 25th. That's kind of typical of Annie Einstein's luck. Whenever she has a good car and drives a 29, she has shitty-ass luck. Take your poison. Here's Annie McGinnis, Riley Anderson. Of course, Dina Voles finished top 5 in the Mercedes in the part-time race earlier tonight. There's Kelsey Hobbs in the 01. Last season was driving the Coors Light Chevrolet. Now driving the U.S. Army colors this year in the 01. There's Amanda Wallace, Lindsay Sutton, right behind Morgan Henderson. Ricky Cervantes had an okay run in his race. And June Einstein somehow found a way to hold off Jared Underhill for the race lead. As I said, June Einstein still on her winless drought. Because I believe one of the Einstein drivers is locked into this season's all-star race. But that was due to a win from last season. June Einstein trying to get Mitsubishi Lancer their first win of the season. As we've completed 24, put 25 on the board. Good run for Darby King. Had a disappointing race yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, but she was a rookie. She's a rookie in that series as well as in this car. Driving for Nathan Orman Motorsports, the New Zealander not having... She's had a good start to the Buffalo Wild Wings series, but just had some hit or miss. She's just trying to get some experience for both series, if you know what I mean. Oh, Timothy Grenville's got an issue. Oh, and the 01 just ran the back of her. How did we not... Wow. They went 4 wide and did not wad up. Zero one's got some damage, I think. Let's look at the onboard. Surprisingly, it's not that bad. Handling probably has gone away on that 01. Jared Underhill has passed June Einstein for the race lead, brought Darby King with him. Grenville's now 3 laps down, so that's a tough break for Grenville. Pretty much sums up his weekend. Still on pit road. Look out. That was close between Nick Batson and Kelly Moore. Kelly's not having a good run either tonight. Allison Washington, not the run she was hoping for tonight. Of course, we'll see her sister later on tonight. Of course, after this race, we are halfway through the division races. And unlike our Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series events we've had so far this weekend, we have not had a yellow. But I don't want to jinx it, because if I jinx it, I owe Ormy a cookie. Which I'm sorry to Ormy if I do owe him a cookie, but I know he'll be saying, that's okay, Danny. as Jared Underhill has taken the race lead. Here comes Paulette Burrows trying to battle for second on June Einstein. 19 to go. Excuse me. A lot of drivers right here. Like I said, this is going to be a point shaker-upper. And like I said, for these drivers that win, Jared is not running for the championship because he's a Foster Series driver. Let's get that right. An update on the 8, and the 8 car is now out of the race. So, Grenville becomes our first driver out of this race in tonight's division races. That's a tough break for him. So far tonight, it's been a complete opposite to what we saw in Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings combined, where drivers were called to the big yellow and black truck and the big red truck. So far, so good. Nobody's been causing any problems here tonight. Everybody's been giving each other enough room, which is pretty damn good if you ask me. Kelsey Hobbs having a run to forget. Like I said, these drivers will shake it off and get ready for next week's race at Las Vegas, the newly updated Las Vegas. That's a track where fuel mileage can come into play, and a lot of times when we go there, drivers have a tendency to have troubles in that race. We'll have to see what's going to happen when we have our division races next week at Vegas. Jared Underhill trying to go to victory lane for the first time in his career. Paulette Burrows trying to go to victory lane for the first time as a driver owner of Bahamas Racing. And June Einstein trying to get Mitsubishi Lancer their first win of the season. June Einstein is a 2-time champion in the Monster Energy Series. And I thought Jared was going to pit road, but guess not. These drivers can make it 49 and 33 laps on fuel. It's just you got to have a good handling car. Not only on the short runs, but also for the long runs as well. So here comes June Einstein. She'll take the race lead as we got 10 to go. Paulette Burrows is going to follow her and jump to second. Jared's going to go back to third. And like I said, so far, the 2 division races we've had, like I said, it's been a complete opposite to what we had in Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Oh, and Sandy Stewart is blowing up. Wah, wah, wah. Out of a top 15 run. That's a shame. Well, she's now going to be the second driver out of the race. This one is due to a mechanical failure, so that's a tough break for the 00. And she has pulled it off. Nope, she's on the apron. She's gonna teleport to pit road. She is done for the night. So tough break for Sandy. Going to hurt her in the championship. June Einstein still leads. Paulette Burrows right behind her in second. As I said, Chevy and Paulette trying to go to victory lane for the first time in their careers. Mitsubishi Lancer trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. Sandy Stewart has made it to pit road, so we are still under the green flag. And Sandy Stewart is going to head off and turn it into the garage. And we'll see what broke on that number 00. A header has gone bad, so tough break for her. And I'd be a little concerned about the Chevrolets in these division races because we've had mechanical problems from a team that's affiliated with a Chevy and a Chevy car. And Jared's going to get second from Paulette Burrows. Now, for those who are asking why Paulette Burrows does not have an R next to her name, the fact that she took part in more than 10 Monster Energy Series races last season no longer qualifies her for Rookie of the Year. So we'll see if she can build off on what has been a good rookie campaign. Of course, she was driving an Audi last season, sharing it with Chloe Bumgarner in that same number that she's driving. But driving a Chevy Chevy Impala, excuse me. So we're going to have 4 laps to go. And looks like Jared Underhill's under contest with Paulette Burrows. The more those two continue to go side by side, the more that's going to allow June Einstein to pull away. And if June Einstein goes to victory lane, it will be career win number 50. And she would have second place on the all-time. She actually is in second place on the all-time wins list. So we have 3 to go. 2 to go next time by when we cross the line. June Einstein currently the leader here as we have 2 laps of racing to go. Those 37 could possibly go back to victory lane, but with a different driver. Maria Nowicki went to victory lane last season. This season, it's June Einstein in the Dunkin' Donuts Mitsubishi Lancer. June Einstein trying to snap a long winless spell. Has not won a race since COTA of 2015. That was a long time ago. White flag in the air for the Dunkin' Donuts Mitsubishi Lancer. Don't know if Jared or Paulette is going to have a chance. Down the back straightaway for the final time. They might have one more shot, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Coming into 3 and 4. And it will be her 50th career Monster Division 1 here at Atlanta. What a great job for June Einstein to snap her losing drought. And for the first time this season, Mitsubishi Lancer gets the victory lane. And the question is, did June Einstein do enough to return to the playoffs to go for her 3rd Monster Energy Series championship? And if she does win that championship, she will be only 1 title behind tying her teammate, Annie Einstein. And this race went caution-free to a certain surprise of nobody. June Einstein, the winner. Jared Underhill so close, but will settle for second, but he will win Rookie of the Race. Paulette Burrows third, Darby King fourth, Amanda Wallace fifth, Katsuro Miura was sixth, Makoto Tanaka seventh. Good run for Tanaka after a struggling race yesterday. Tony Lopez, Riley Anderson, Lindsey Sutton complete the top 10. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, Samantha Maple was the last car on the lead lap in 40th. Nobody finished a lap down or more, and only 2 drivers finished out of the race due to mechanical problems. Sandy Watson due to a header, and Timothy Grenville out of the race. Not sure what broke on that 8 car, but it was proven to be terminal. So, yeah, there you go. All right. Before we go to Division 2, I'm going to make a little quick check to make sure we have everybody in a division race. If not, I will move some people around. I'm going to take you out. I am missing a driver. Shit. I will take care of that tomorrow when I have the chance. Okay, so that will be changed. I think Quincy Einstein's not racing due to, I think, a COVID-19 positive test. Too bad, but he'll be back. He'll be in that ride next week. He'll be at Vegas. So that sucks. He is out due to COVID. Need to remind myself to get his ride after I'm done with this race as I'm recording this. Okay. So let's go over the grid for this race, division number 2. So our NR is cooperating with me, which is good. Okay, I don't know what that was about with that leg, but oh well. Mike Chilton, Brittany White on the front row. Brendan Rogers, Caitlin Roy making her debut in row 2. Here's the rest of the grid. Quincy will be put in the part-time race next week. Erica Douglas making her debut. Gwen Tennyson's making her debut. Jesse Art, who had not a good run, same with Sean in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. I knew I was missing a car. Sally Foster, Chloe Bumgarner will bring up the rear of the field. And it's cloudy. To the certain surprise of nobody. It's been in the 50s and 60s this weekend, so that's not too bad. May give Quincy a provisional. On one of my results, I will. Now he gets counted with a start. But Quincy should be ready to go for Vegas next week. right, here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing drivers here in division number 2. Another 49 laps these drivers will do. We'll have another 49 laps to wrap up tonight's festivities. Everybody did take the start. 55 led the first lap. Chloe Bumgarner in her new ride, the 84 this season. Stephanie Robertson, the 66. Did not race in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday, making her first start of the year in this series. There's Sierra Harris. This car went to victory lane with Melissa Cooper last season, who made it in the playoffs, made it, I believe, into the final 5 to compete for the championship, that or was eliminated in the 3rd round. Kenneth Ayers in his first start of the year running some new colors. Lisa Simpson making her debut. Betty Johnson. Can't wait for next week. Sin City is going to be a great race next week. Sandy Stewart currently in 4th. Mike Chilton has pulled out to a massive lead. Hopefully engines will not be an issue. Chilton leads, Brittany White 2nd, Caitlin Roy 3rd, Sandy Stewart is in 4th. Battle for 5th. Great battle there for 5th, as Douglas will take it from Truex. Of course, Erica Douglas had a bad race in the Truck Series event 2 days ago. It's not in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, but will make a Buffalo Wild Wings Series attempt next week at Vegas. If not, we'll see her in Phoenix in a couple of weeks. There's Leo Einstein. Of course, his teammate June Einstein went to victory lane earlier tonight. And Quincy Einstein, of course, out due to COVID-19 protocols, but Quincy is feeling better. Quincy currently isolating back home in Zimbabwe, as he's already been given, as he's on his last day as far as protocol is concerned. He'll be in the car next week at Vegas. We'll see him next week. Looking forward to seeing him next week, along with these drivers. Mike Chilton currently the leader, trying to get his first win of the season, driving from Michael Waltrip Racing. On board Mike Chilton here. Get a lap around Atlanta. Great sized crowd here tonight. We've had cloudy conditions so far. First time we've had cloudy conditions since, I believe, the non-charter race for the Buffalo Wild Wings series. After these after these division races, we'll have the post-race show with Nathan Orman, Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, Kyle Langley, Great Lakes, Jared Underhill, David Heller, as they'll recap the race weekend here in Atlanta. We'll give you your player of the game, or not player of the game, driver of the day rather. And they'll preview next week when we head out to the west coast of Las Vegas. Two-second lead for that 55 team. So our times for next week at Vegas, we will have next week's times for Vegas are as follows. We'll have the Coca-Cola Truck Series non-charter race. It'll be two 67-lap races to see who will make it into the Victoria Voice Foundation 200. Non-charter races will start at noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Then we'll have our Buffalo Wild Wings Series non-charter race at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, noon Pacific. And race number 3 of the Truck Series will be the next day, because, like I said, we'll have two non-charter races that will come one or another. Truck Series race will start at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific. So we'll go 134 laps, 200 miles around the newly renovated Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Then it'll be the Alaska 302 for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. That will also be a 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 Pacific. And then we will have the Monster Energy Series drivers. They will start at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1:30 Pacific. So late start for the Monster Energy Series. Of course, race day will start around 1 o'clock Eastern Time for the Monster Energy Series. Then we'll have Nathan Orman, Cody Smart, Zachary Taylor, Jared Q-Man, all of our Triple P panelists do Countdown to Green at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then they'll toss it up to the booth to yours truly, and I'll call the division races. So that's our schedule all season long. And hopefully you will tune into Las Vegas, the first race of our West Coast trip. Can't wait to call next week's events from Vegas. Of course, I'll send it to our Triple P clan, who will do the post-race show and then wrap up the broadcast, as I will be heading, packing it up and heading off to the airport to head home, get some nice rest, get ready for Vegas. I hope you guys look forward to Vegas next week. Excuse me. Sean Art currently in this race. Of course, he'll be out of the car. Head on up to join everybody in the Triple P lounge. Which, by the way, their set is in the garage area. As the drivers who took part in the main events and all that. '55 might have this race wrapped up. We're gonna have 20 to go. So far, these drivers '55 is just cruising to a dominant victory. We might end up having our first caution-free race weekend for this series, unlike last weekend where we had a bunch of yellows. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up the schedule so that way you guys can see the schedule. Our next night race will be Phoenix, and that'll be a fun night race. Of course, we're gonna have the none of the Triple P clan will be racing at Vegas, Phoenix, or Auto Club. Their next one, well, actually excluding Orman. Orman's racing Auto Club, but everybody else will be in the set. And I'll talk about the races. They will all take part at Martinsville, and then, of course, we'll have all of them for Darlington. They'll also be with us for the Sonoma weekend, which only the Monster Energy Series drivers. Before we go to Coca-Cola. I do want to mention for the Iowa weekend, since we're going to have, I don't know who we're going to have for Countdown to Green as far as Iowa is concerned. I will have to look that up. Same with Pikes Peak. Probably for the Iowa weekend, I'm going to have, I will have a list of who will be there. And for those wondering what time the Phoenix weekend starts for Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy, we're talking about a 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for Buffalo Wild Wings and for the Monster Energy Series drivers. So it'll be already lights, camera, action. Boy, we're gonna have a fun time. So as I said, next week for Vegas will be for the points paying events will be 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, which will have, like I said, Countdown to Green at 1:30. It'll be a 2-hour pre-race show for all the series. Then I'll call the races, and then we'll have the post-race show following the race, and get ready to preview the next day's race or preview next week at Phoenix. Looking forward to going to Vegas. Looking forward to going to the West Coast to start our West Coast trip. And for trucks, that will be their last race until we head to Martinsville, which Martinsville would be fun. I decided for Martinsville, here's a little fun time. We're gonna have the non-charter race for Martinsville, and I have a time already set, 10 a.m. Eastern time for the non-charter race. And then Buffalo Wild Wings Series will have theirs at 2:30 Eastern time for Martinsville, and then that will be it. Trucks, it will be 100 laps. Buffalo Wild Wings will be 125 laps, because we'll have an intermission report from the stage. So we have 7 to go. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. Oh, we got a crash. Oh, big crash. Lisa Simpson, Manny Rivera, that's our caution. This changes everything. Looks like Kevin Joseph's got some damage. Our first caution of the night. And that was the last thing that Mike Chilton needed to see. Kevin Joseph's got some damage to the hood of his 75. Let's take a look at the replay. First caution for any of our division races tonight. And where did this start? This started, I think something happened here to Rivera. Yeah, apparently he had a mechanical problem or something. Boy, I don't know how in the world. Well, Emmy Lipson just nearly cleaned him out. And then there's Lisa Simpson, nowhere to go. And hard up into the safer barrier. Thank goodness we have safer barriers, but tough break for them. That's going to end their race. And that huge lead the 55 had goes all for naught. We might go back to green with a one-lap dash if we're lucky enough. Gonna have a green-white checker is what we're gonna have to finish up this division. Manny Rivera and Lisa Simpson out of the race. Those two will be going to the care center to get checked and released. Part-time in Division 1 went caution-free. This race was not the case. Green-white checker. If we get a yellow again, it's over. Green flag. Here we come to the white flag. Can Mike Chilton hang on? White flag, one more lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Of course, we have one more race after this tonight. Now we'll conclude the Atlanta weekend just like that. Down the back road for the final time, the only trip to Atlanta. As Mike Chilton rounds through 3 and 4, he will give Toyota their first win of the season and take home Division Number 2. Congratulations to him. Standings are now official. Mike Chilton, the winner. Brittany White so close, but we'll have to settle for second, but still a great run from her. Caitlin Roy will win Rookie of the Race. Chet Collingwood, didn't talk much about him tonight. Gwen Tennyson completes the top 5. Great job to her. Brooklyn Carter, Max Slips, and Chloe Erickson, Betty Johnson. And a round of applause to the 77 of Isabel Colombo. First top 10 in her career. Great job to her. Here's a look at the rest of the results. Sean got 20th. Jesse got 32nd. That's not good. Kevin Joseph, last car on the lead lap. And then Rivera and Simpson, the only cars out of the race from that incident. So, there you go. All right, one more to go, everybody. One more to go. You don't have to hear that shit. Let's put it on 33, make it a little easier for me. Last race of the night, ladies and gentlemen. I know, and probably some people are going to be crying. Shut up, official. I know y'all are going to make some funny quotes out of this season. Good freaking luck. Hey, Lauren Ekstrom on pole. And she comes this race third in the points. Good for her. Good for her. Lauren Ekstrom's on pole. Why the flip am I singing? I don't give a shike. Don't give a shike. I knew the command person was going to say something. All right. Good thing this is the last division of the night. So, Ekstrom on pole. Come on, NR. Please cooperate. Thank you. On pole. Alita Perez alongside. Then it's Lacey Washington and Courtney Lynn. Here's the rest of your lineup. I don't know why the double zero's in there. I'll put Quincy Einstein in its place. I'll fix the results, don't worry. Just want to get this damn weekend over with here in Atlanta. There's our points leader who won last week. Bill Griffin in her second start. Lisa Cooper. Violet Jackson, Brianna Knight rounds out the field. All right, final time tonight. Let's go. I'll worry about points tomorrow by the time you're watching this. I'm sure everyone rolls off. Hopefully I don't have a mechanical problem. Oh, 9's got a mechanical problem. Restart. I don't like when you have mechanical problems, children. That's 2 in a row we had to do a wave off. I want everyone to start the race. Start the race, or I will send a female to throw a damn boomerang at your ass. And when I say female driver, I mean for me to not commit female abuse. Just tired right now. Just want to get this race. I don't know why I have Kelsey Hobbs in here twice. I'll have to fix that. Unless I put her in the wrong division. I don't flippin' know. I'm too damn lazy to fix it. I can fix it later. I'll fix the results later. I'm not going to fix it tonight. After this race, by the time you're watching this, I'm going to bed. It's like almost 3 o'clock and we're about to get this done. All right, back to green. 74 got a good start, but 73 is going to take the spot because the inside line is the place to go. Or not. 74 trying to get the clear. Yeah, wow, the outside line worked something tonight. Probably with all the rubber that was laid down. 74 will lead the first lap. There's Mia Watts. Yeah, I think I'll put a random driver in one of the division races because I'm not gonna fuck around tonight. There's Miranda Wicki. Like I said, I'm too damn tired to fix shit. Now you know why. May just put Sam Rogers in this race just to make it a little easier. There's Wyatt Beanstalk. Here's the battle for the lead. Courtney Lynn underneath Alita Perez. And before somebody says nice dirt Danny again, let me remind you I'm doing this at almost 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? And I probably won't start working on Vegas until I feel like it. Courtney Lynn leads. So Rebecca Hawkins, Violet Jackson. Whitney Wolf. Annabelle Griffin and having a good run. Lacey Washington. There's Kelly Moore. Listen in the 11. That tells you how tired I am, ready to go to bed. What a race here tonight we've had, or what a race weekend we've had here. Didn't start off the way we wanted to, but looks like we're going to end the weekend on a high. So there you go. Like I said, the rookie points and the overall points are going to get shaken up dramatically. There's Brenda Eveling. Courtney Lynn driving the car that Nathan Orman won. And looky there, the points leader, Valentina Fernandez, up here at the front. See where the gal that was trying to run her down for the points lead, 29th. Barrickham is raced second in the points. Lynn is 10th. She was third in the points, so not a good run for Betty Barrett. So like I said, this is going to be a point shaker heading into next week. And Fernandez is trying to go for 2 wins in a row and trying to solidify herself a spot in the playoffs this early. Ashley Reynolds has taken the lead. Here comes Fernandez, last week's winner in the Canadian 450. Maddie Crenshaw not having a good run here tonight. Kelsey Hobbs there, Timmy Turner, there's Luke Cage. I think after tonight's race, these drivers are ready to go to bed and they're ready to go sleep. They're going to probably get on the bus after they shower and get ready to sleep. So they have a little seatbelt for their beds. These drivers will definitely get a good night's sleep. There's Annie Thomas, who had a dismal run last week, 26 in points. Great run for her tonight. As Ashley Reynolds leads, as we're now past the halfway mark here in this race. We'll send it to your post-race show immediately following these 4 division races. Can't wait to say good night to all of you. Appreciate you all staying up here as late as it can be. As things stand, Valentina Fernandez would keep the points lead heading into next week at Vegas, with her running in 4th. A lot of drivers that were having good runs, like, let's see, Ekstrom is 34. She was 4th in the points. 2nd in points, Betty Barrett, 26th. Courtney Lynn is 11. She came in this race 3rd in the points. Violet Jackson, not having a good run, 24. She came in this race 5th in the points and the rookie points leader. So going to be a point shakeup for sure heading into next week. But one thing will still be the same, will be Valentina Fernandez possibly going to keep the points lead heading into next week at Las Vegas. Timmy Turner's back here. He came this race 8th in the points, not the run he would have liked. Bonnier Mirma was 10th in points. A lot of drivers running who had good runs last week at Ricky going to end up taking a big hit in the points. Dylan Cunningham, not the run he would like, 29th in points. So Dylan Cunningham's really going to take a hit in the points. And as I said, a lot of drivers who had good runs last week having dismal runs. Drivers who struggled last week having good runs. So these division races, I knew were going to be a point shakeup heading into next week. And we'll see what kind of point shakeup we're going to have. We have 10 to go. Here comes Strawberry Lawson. Ashley Reynolds currently the leader, trying to get Audi their first win of the season. Sorry if I'm not talking much late in this video. It's just because I'm tired and it's like already at near 3 a.m. as I'm doing this. God, this is about to be a 90-minute video. Holy shit. All the replays I had to show you tonight. Annie Thomas there in the 23. Well-needed run for the 23 bunch. So as things stands, looks like Valentina Fernandez no doubt is going to keep the points lead heading into next week. The way things are looking. And like I said, for these 4 winners that we had, did they lock themselves a spot into the playoffs? Because we would have 5 winners and already over 25% of our playoff grid would be full. That's as long as they have results. Lauren Ekstrom's going to take a massive hit in the points. Betty Barrett, where is second in points? Betty Barrett. 22nd, not the run she would have liked. She was the one that came as race second in the points. Whereas third in points, Courtney Lynn. She's 11, so she'll stay in the top 10 in the points, even though she might lose some spots. And Ashley Reynolds under danger with 4 to go, 3 to go next time by, and Fernandez trying to go for 2 wins in a row. This 28 team is off to a fast start. They're trying to go for their second win, and not only that, keep the points lead. Because the gal that tried to run her down for the points lead not having a good run, 3 to go, we might have just had our first You Blew It the entire weekend. Five points for Fernandez. But Reynolds trying to get the lead back as we are going to have 2 laps of racing to go. That 28 looks like she is strong on the high side. I never thought Valentina Fernandez could be possibly a championship favorite going into the season. Good grief. About to have the white flag. If the 12 goes side by side with the 14, that might be it. White flag. Caution's out. That is the race. Valentina Fernandez just won back-to-back races. Oh, Carrera's upside down. Jessica Miller. That's one of the World NOS racing cars. That's Ben Erickson. Brenda Eveling's involved. Third in points. Courtney Lynn's torn up. Annabelle Griffin. Maria Nowicki. We have had a massive accident. Rebecca Hawkins. We've just had the big one. The 093. Ish Taylor, Mia Watts, Violet Jackson. What just happened on the last lap of the race? But it's not going to matter. Yellow and checkers are out. Valentina Fernandez back-to-back in the Monster Energy Series. Let's take a look at the replay and see what exactly happened here. As the race will become official, we'll wait. We're gonna wait for everything to settle out. But let's see what happened here. A huge wreck to end this race. Where does it start? Let's follow Courtney Lynn. Yep, Courtney Lynn caused that little ordeal. Looks like she had a problem. She was behind Bouvier. Looks like the 023 Alita Perez nailed her. And then Brenda Eveling nowhere to go. Jessica Miller involved. Wow. Holy cow, that was the big one. Betty Barrett, second in points, got a piece of it. All these drivers did not slow down. Good grief, this is almost like the Buffalo Wild Wings race last week. What a huge wreck to end this race weekend. My goodness. But this young lady, Fernandez, I don't know if she's trying to be the championship favorite or what, but that's her second career win in a row. Comes in as the points lead. No doubt she's going to keep the points lead, but I didn't expect her to win this race tonight, but whoever said something about Valentina Fernandez was not going to have a good year this year, somebody lit a fire in her ass. And now the question is that might have just confirmed Fernandez into the playoffs. Because now she's won 2 races in a row, came as the points leader, no doubt going to keep the points lead heading into next week. And she might be one of those drivers that could be the championship favorite. Reynolds, Cooper, second and third, Sweet, Hermione Sweet, Luke Knight, Whitecastle, Lawson, Moore, Thomas, and Bouvier. Whitecastle gets rookie of the race. Drivers out who will not see the checker flag, and there were a lot of them. Zach Underwood, Rebecca Hawkins, Annabelle Griffin, Courtney Lynn, and I did it again, didn't I? With the freaking deal. I'm gonna probably put Xmindia Contreras in here so I can quit derping. Evelyn Miller, Watts, Taylor, Nowicki, Carrera, Erickson, Ben Erickson, Ebonia West, Crenshaw, and Violet Jackson. Boy, we're in for a point shakeup heading into next week here at this race. But congratulations to our winners. And the question is that this young lady might confirm herself a spot into the playoffs. We'll have to find out. Thank you guys for staying up late with me, and hope you enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew. Today we've shown you your full finish results. You will see your point standings at the beginning of next week's race at Las Vegas. Until then, I'm Dean Evil signing off. You've been watching a production of the PCSRA, the best in racing since 2017. Good night from Atlanta.